In Ephesians 6:10 through 18, Paul tells the church of Ephesus that they are in a battle, not in a battle of flesh and blood, but a spiritual battle. He tells them to equip themselves with armor, and in this case, the whole armor of God. He describes many necessary components to survive in our hostile world. At each of these stations of this walk of devotion, we hope to equip you with these pieces of armor that were described by the apostle. As we have traveled through life, we have contemplated some of the difficult questions. Some of these are focused on the existence and nature of God, while other questions are centered on the human condition. One of these big questions is, how could a loving God allow suffering and death? Human suffering is extremely hard to accept, especially where innocent children are involved. Sometimes, however, we blame God for suffering he didn't even cause. Much of the most offensive suffering is caused by other human beings and their bad choices, yet we blame God, saying, why does God allow this to happen? The Bible pinpoints the cause of suffering, Adam and Eve. When they ate of the tree of the forbidden fruit, not only did they fall into sin themselves, they died spiritually that very day. Many years later, they died physically as well. By obeying Satan, they turned over their soul and the soul of all of their descendants, including us, to the enemy, Satan, setting him up as the ruler in their life and as the ruler of this world. Satan's bondage of darkness and death spread into their hearts, and we were born with it. As a byproduct of their sin, they thrust the whole world into evil and suffering. So why didn't God stop this before it started? God decided to use it. God wanted us to love him and obey him by choice. Real love, after all, is a choice. There is no way we could ever know real love without the power to choose the opposite of love, the path of selfishness. To really love, we must be able to choose not to love. To some, this may seem an overly simplistic answer. However, as we explore the depths and the awesome power of choice, we will find the answer to many of life's most basic questions. There is an important question, however, we seldom consider as we think of our desperate condition. Why would God choose to participate in our sufferings? God knew we were born to sin, and without him there was no hope of redemption, so he chose to participate in our experience. He came down to earth. He did this to buy us back from Satan and evil. The soul that sins must die, but he came to die in our place. In our selfish condition, we were confronted with a truly loving God who participated in our sufferings to buy us back to himself, showing us the most powerful act of love, dying in our place on the cross. Knowing all of this about our God, we can be equipped with the belt of truth. Truth about God, truth about ourselves. The truth of the sacrificial, loving nature of our God is at the center of our protection from the world. Just as a belt is tied around our waists, so truth holds all of life together.